what I said? Wait a moment. What did I just say?
Yeah.
I said, New World tells us.
We'll call this City Council meeting to order of January 14th. Would you call the roll, please?
Miller.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
Shivers.
Here, yes, here.
Nichols. Briggs.
Here.
First item will be the approval of the work session minutes of December 10th.
I move we approve the work session minutes of December 10th.
Second.
Miller.
Yes.
Williams.
Staying.
Shivers.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Next item will be the minutes of the regular session of December 10th.
Move for approval.
Second.
Miller.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Shivers.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Need a motion to open a public hearing to rezone property.
Make a motion to open a public hearing?
Second.
Miller.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Shivers.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Okay, we have a public hearing. We're in a public hearing to rezone property located at 113, 115, 117 Josephine Street to R2, two-family dwelling. Mr. Schlegel.
Yes, Your Honor. We had a request from Lance Grooms, and the Planning and Zoning Commission has met and made a recommendation, and to cover the request and the recommendation, we'll turn to Rita Jackson.
This public hearing concerns a request from Lance Groom to rezone his property located at 113, 115, and 117 Josephine Street from R2 to R2 two-family dwelling. These lots are vacant and they're located on the west side of Josephine Street. In his letter to the Planning and Zoning Commission, Mr. Grooms indicated that the rezoning would allow him the opportunity to build two duplexes, along with providing safe and affordable housing for small families and young couples in the Mexico area. On November 18, 2018, notices were sent to 13 surrounding property owners within 300 feet of the request. City staff received no written or verbal communication regarding this rezoning request. At the December 4th, 2018 Planning and Zoning meeting, the Commission made a motion to make recommendation to City Council to grant approval of the requested rezoning based on the following. The rezoning complies with the city's land use map. The requested rezoning district complies with general zoning procedures as current land uses, known future uses, and surrounding development patterns taken into consideration, and the rezoning is necessary to promote economic development and to diversify the local economy. As you will see on the map up there, it's highlighted in red. It's actually 3 parcels that we're talking about. Mr. Grooms is present within the audience here, and City staff recommends that Council proceed with the advertised public hearing.
Council have any questions for Ms. Jackson? If none, this is a public hearing. If anybody from the public would like to make a statement, please come to the podium, state your name and address, and hold your comments to 3 minutes, please. Try. If none, I'm looking for a motion to close the public hearing.
Make a motion to close public hearing?
Second.
Miller.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Shivers.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Next item is Bill Number 2019-01, a resolution accepting the conveyance of a right-of-way and temporary construction easement for the Holt Street reconstruction project. Mr. Schlegel.
Yes, Your Honor. As Council is aware that the city applied for and received federal highway funds to reconstruct Holt Street. And as a part of that reconstruction and design of the sidewalks and the street itself would require additional right-of-way and construction easements to make this project possible. Therefore, we have sought easements along right-of-way. Currently, we have gotten easements from 20 of the property owners. We've approved those at several past meetings. This resolution would again authorize the council to accept a right-of-way and temporary easement from one additional property owner, the trustees of the African Methodist Episcopal Church, and we would recommend council proceed with reading by title and passage of the attached resolution accepting the right-of-way and temporary construction easement for the Holt Street project.
How many easements do we still need now?
I think we need 2.
I think there's 3 that are still outstanding. We do have a design exception, which allows the project to move forward.
Right.
If we obtain those others during construction, we can modify the plans accordingly, do a change order.
Okay.
Is there any reason in particular? They just,
2 of them deal with estates of folks that are deceased, and tracking down heirs and getting the title cleared is kind of an ongoing process to work on.
I make a motion to read bill number 2019-01.
Second.
Miller,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Bill number 2019-01, a resolution accepting the conveyance of a right-of-way and temporary construction easement for the Holt Street reconstruction project. Move for passage of bill number 2019-01.
Second.
Miller,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Item 2019-02, a resolution authorizing the city manager to sign a change order number 1 with Hutchison Recreation and Design of St. Louis, Missouri for the Hardin Playground replacement equipment. Mr. Schlegel.
Yes, Your Honor, because we have some additional funds within the capital improvement budget in parks, they would like to enhance this project, and to cover the details of what they're looking at, we will turn to Chad Schumacher.
Good evening. The long or the short was that we had 3 projects, the 3/4 ton park pickup, the Green Estate culverts, and the master plan survey update that all came in substantially under budget. In discussions of what to do with that money, I got together with Roger and Bruce, and we've discussed this with the park board. We're going to make sure that we institute the full $30,000 into the capital improvement reserve fund for parks that was reduced to 10 when we made the emergency replacement on the Lakeview shelter floor at budget time. That left us some dollars that could be used to enhance one of the existing projects that the council has already approved for this year. And so we discussed with the park board enhancing the Hardin Playground project. It's one that we felt like we were kind of scraping the barrel to get the project done that we wanted to get done, but we budgeted all that we could. So with that done, we would like to enhance that project. Most of what you see will not be any play value different as far as actual pieces of equipment for what you saw before. The vast majority of this money will go to theming. It will make the playground look different to the children, look much more like a train, which was the original objective. Theming's expensive. It's something we often don't have the money to do. So we'd like to take this opportunity, and the park board agreed to be able to do that this one time.
That train's pretty cool. I looked at, you're talking about, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it
Well,
makes a big difference in how it looks. Yeah.
The location of where it is next to the train tracks is...
Right.
And we are working with one of the railroads to try to get some railroad safety signage and things to go with it so that we can enhance that train safety and that educational reading opportunity in the playground. So.
Seems like you ought to put Mexico Special, or...
We looked into
Have
that.
you talked about naming it?
Yeah, we did, but we
Maybe they don't allow
just
it.
couldn't afford it. It'd be another like $10,000 just to do that. Just to change some letters and on those pop panels, yeah.
Charles, pleasure.
I move for reading by title only, bill number 2019-02.
Second.
Miller?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. Miller?
Yes.
Williams? Shivers?
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes. Bill number 2019-02, a resolution authorizing the City of Mexico to sign change order to number 1 with Hutchinson Recreation Design of St. Louis, Missouri for the Hardin Playground replacement equipment. I move for passage.
Second.
Miller?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Shivers?
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Item C, Bill Number 2019-03, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with the Handy Shop Incorporated for recycling services. Mr. Schlegel.
Yes, Your Honor. As the title says, this allows us to enter into agreement with the Handy Shop to assist with recycling. In the 2018-19 budget, it allows for this service. The City of Mexico would contribute the Handy Shop the sum of $19,000 to assist in the cost of recycling of the materials that they collect. We'd recommend that council proceed with entering into the agreement and promoting the recycling and passage of this resolution by title and only, and passage of the attached resolution.
What does this amount look like compared to last year?
As historically for 10 years anyway plus, we've been at 18,000. Last year in the budgeting process we moved them to 19,000, and that's what precipitates new contract as well.
Charles, pleasure.
I move for a reading of bill number 2019-03.
Second.
Bill number 2019-03.
I need to do a roll.
Oh,
Miller,
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Shivers.
yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Now I get to read it. I was all excited.
I know.
Bill number 2019-03, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with the Handy Shop Incorporated for recycling services. I move for passage of bill number 2019-03.
Second.
Miller.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Shivers.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Item D, Bill Number 2019-4, resolution authorizing the city manager to sign contract documents with Surdex Corporation for 2019 aerial photography project. Mr. Schlegel.
Yes, Your Honor. To cover the project and the contract, we'll turn to Kenzie Russell. Oh, sorry. Drew Williford's going to handle it.
Good evening, Council. As Bruce mentioned, this is for the aerial photography project, which has a lot of uses for the engineering department, but also the city as a whole. Actually, on the screen over here is a good example of it. This is the county's GIS site. The aerial photography project will actually collect imagery for the entire city and even go beyond just slightly to make sure we cover the entire boundary. And we'll end up having a high-resolution image that can be used for quantity estimates, for Geographic Information Systems website, which people use for zoning and different items. We also use it for stormwater administration and several other items which are almost everyday occurrences. And so this project was bid out, or I should say advertised in the Mexico Ledger. It has a budget of $15,000 in this year's city budget. We also use Bid Express for this project, hoping to garner more competition. And in addition to those two things, sent out specific emails to 7 different vendors that all specialize in this area. As you may know, on the return bids here, Surdex was the only company that returned a bid. That total was $15,500, which is $500 over the estimated budget, but we do have the funds available for it. And so at this time, staff would recommend the council would proceed with reading and passage by title only. And if you have any questions about the project, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
I just have a question.
Yeah.
I noticed they couldn't take the photo with snow on the ground.
Yes. Yeah.
And you've got the contract to March 15th, so I thought, well, we better hope we just don't have a really long winter.
Right. Yeah, that's a very interesting point, given what's outside right now. Hopefully, we don't see
Otherwise
two
you're
more of
just
these.
gonna
Melted by March 15th.
And no leaves either, so.
Yep. It's kind of a small window of time to try to get it
Right.
done, but that gives us the best photo for, in essence, the work that we do. You may also note in the packet, the last image that we have with the city was taken back in 2012. So we're using some pretty old photography at the moment.
Make a motion to read bill number 2019-04.
Second.
Miller.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Shivers.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Bill number 2019-04, resolution authorizing the city manager to sign contract documents with Surdex Corporation for the 2019 aerial photography project. Move for passage of bill number 2019-04.
Second.
Miller.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Shivers.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Item E, Bill Number 2019-05, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract for various maintenance services with Plan B Development. Mr. Schlegel.
Yes, Your Honor. As regular basis, we do advertise and for contract services with a local contractor to assist us with certain projects and to cover the details of the bids and the project. We'll turn to Kenzie Russell on this one.
Plan B Development has been our on-call contractor for the last several years, and they, again, are the lowest bid here. You can see the per-hour costs for various equipment and labor that they have bid. We did receive 3 bids, Lamke Trenching and McMailer and Son also bid on it. We do use this contractor to respond primarily to sewer repairs, but we also use them for some minor street patching and upon occasion for projects such as the replacement of the spillway at the Kiwanis Lake. Sometimes we operate with them on a per-hour basis. That's why we have these costs. Sometimes we will, for a larger thing like the spillway, we'll get an estimate from them ahead of time, and of course those larger projects do come back to the council to approve. In fact, we'll have one a little later this evening on the agenda. But we have had a good experience with them. They have responded well when we have needed them, and so we'd recommend proceeding to enter into a new contract with them for on-call services.
Thank you. It's your all's pleasure.
Motion to read Bill Number 2019-05.
Second.
Miller.
Yes.
Williams. Shivers.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes. Oh,
Someone to read?
you want me to read it? Sure. Bill number 2019-05, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract for various maintenance services with Plan B Development. I move for passage.
Second.
Miller.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Shivers.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
New business ordinance. Bill number 2019-06, an ordinance rezoning property located at 113, 115, 117 Josephine Street and amending the district map referred to in section 42-205 zoning of the Code of the City of Mexico, Missouri to R2 two-family dwellings. Mr. Schlegel.
Yes, Your Honor. The attached ordinance is a request from Lance Grooms. We had the public hearing earlier this evening, so if you have any additional questions, we'll answer those. Otherwise, we'd recommend that council proceed with 2 readings by title only and passage of the attached ordinance.
I move for reading of Bill Number 2019-06.
Second.
Miller.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Shivers.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Bill Number 2019-06, an ordinance rezoning property located at 113, 115, and 117 Josephine Street and amending the district map referred to section 42-205 zoning of the Code of the City of Mexico, Missouri to R2 two-family dwelling. I move for second reading of Bill Number 2019-06.
Second.
Yes.
Miller. Williams. Shivers.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Bill Number 2019-06, an ordinance rezoning property located at 113, 115, and 117 Josephine Street and amending the district map referred to in section 42-205 zoning of the Code of the City of Mexico, Missouri to R2 two-family dwelling. I move for passage of Bill Number 2019-06.
Second.
Miller. Williams. Shivers.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Next item, staff report, a task order to reconstruct curb ramps at Monroe and Washington intersection. Mr. Schlegel.
Yes, Your Honor. Earlier, back in December, there was some damage caused here due to a water main break, and the city has been working with Missouri American to coordinate the repairs and to cover the details. Is Kenzie, or okay?
This one's my turn again. We have obtained an estimate from Plan B, our on-call contractor, for doing the work to construct the ADA-compliant ramps at the southwest and northwest corners of Monroe and Washington, where the water leak occurred. And this is a betterment to the sidewalk based on what damage and all had been done. Missouri American stepped up and replaced the sidewalk for the entire block down through their 2 ADA compliant plans, and this betterment on these corners is a requirement really of that improvement, as well as the improvement of the overlay work that we did earlier too. And so it's a necessary component, and since it is a betterment rather than just a repair to the damage, the city has undertaken to do these 2 corners. It includes a storm inlet repair as well as the ADA ramps. So we're recommending that we proceed with this as a cost estimate on the project. Funds would come from our pavement, curb, and repair line item in the budget. There are sufficient funds there to do the work.
Why, if Missouri City Waters tore it up, why are we paying for it?
Because it's a betterment. It's not just a replacement of what was there. They did actually extend the work to complete the entire block, which not all of that was damaged, and so it's a kind of a balancing of the cost there. What we felt would be a fair, we negotiated it out with Mr. Kelly and Missouri American.
How can I get a water break on my street so I can get a new sidewalk?
If we could schedule them appropriately.
I just thought I'd ask. How do you start a flood?
Certainly, sidewalk replacement and repair around town is going to be an upcoming issue. We do have the sidewalk transition plan that's underway with Bartlett and West. There'll be an opportunity for some discussion on that before that's finalized, and that'll be really funding and those kinds of issues for sidewalks will be part of that discussion.
Okay, thank you. Questions? Joe? Somebody want to move?
I make a motion that we approve the contract with Plan B Development for the reconstruction of curbs, ramps at Monroe and Washington's intersection.
Second.
Miller.
Yes.
Williams. Shivers.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Next item, staff report, purchase of spreader box and snowplow for street department. Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor. We took bids as for the purchase of the truck bed and spreader. This was part of the budget to cover the bids. Kenzie Russell.
Sounds like it couldn't be at a better time.
Oh, it sounds like it's a week late.
I promise you we did not schedule a snowstorm just for this item on the budget.
They should have
This
scheduled it earlier.
is a spreader bed and a snowplow to go on the new truck that was purchased about 10 months ago, just was delivered back in November. The lowest and best bid, if you will, is the price that comes off the state cooperative purchase program. Viking Chavez is the vendor for that. They were also one of the vendors that provided a bid to us. They have indicated that they would be willing to provide the plow and the spreader bed from the state purchase contract and at that price. That is under the budgeted amounts that we had. I believe we had budgeted $30,000. So the bid on the contract was $23,889.50, and we would ask that to proceed with that purchase.
How long would it take, how long does it take to get a delivery on something?
It will take a little while. The spreader beds are made to order, and so this is a stainless steel bed, and so we'll place the order, and when they notify us that it's been constructed, we'll take the truck down and have it mounted and fitted. I'm not sure exactly how long it'll take, but it will take probably longer than it's going to be able to be used yet this winter.
Be ready for next year.
It'll be ready for next year.
So is this an additional plow that we'll have for next year, or is this?
It replaces the older plow and truck unit that we had that we sold. Or traded in, I should say.
Traded in.
Okay.
Where's Marley, Missouri?
Down by Sykeston.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, that's a long.
So we have one less plow this year than last year. Is that?
Correct, currently on the street. We do have 4 trucks and plows that we currently can use, which is a full crew complement for us, and so we're not hurting. This is a little larger truck, which would use on streets like Boulevard and perhaps out at the airport, but we're managing.
I move we take the bid submitted by Viking Kives for $23,889.50.
Miller.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Shivers.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Next item is appointment of Mexico Tourism Commission. Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor. Currently, we have a vacant position on the commission that needs to be filled. We have received interest from Janie Vogel to be appointed to the vacant position. We haven't received any other inquiries of interest to serve on it. So at this time, we'd recommend that she be appointed to the vacant term that would expire in September of 2021.
Janine Vogel. Yeah. I move we appoint Janine to the Tourism Commission.
Second.
Miller.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Shivers.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Next item is payment of the claims.
Make a motion to pay the bills.
Second, somebody?
Second.
Miller.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Shivers.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Next item are comments. We'll start with the council, and Mrs. Briggs, you're the leader.
Well, we had lots of snow, and I was sure glad to see the city truck come down there. It came down pretty early Saturday morning, too. So, but in any case, let's hope we don't have more this winter like that.
Mr. Williams.
I just want to say thanks for all the hard work that the guys have been doing out there. Have they been working extra hours, or how you been?
We went to 12-hour shifts Friday afternoon, and they've been working a 4-man crew, 12-hour shifts this evening. They're working this evening as well.
So we've been going 24 hours a day since noon on Friday.
It was a big storm. Yeah. It was good to see you come down the street.
Yeah, that was a great sight.
You don't feel so trapped.
Yeah. So to all the guys, appreciate it, and it was keep up the good work, because who knows, we might have another one this weekend. But
Dr. Shivers.
I'm like everyone else. I appreciate all the hard work that they're doing. Unfortunately, I'm on one of those streets that you don't get to get it, but I can attest, I'm glad for the ones that you can do, and all that hard work is amazing. I did want to say that over the holiday break, I had a chance to go look at the Teal Lake Apartments, and got a little bit of clarity on what was going on there, I think, at least for myself. I thought they were really nice. Found out that when we were talking about the Section 8, one person who is on Section 8 is only getting $5 from Section 8. And I think the top one is like $81 off of Section 8. And so it's just interesting seeing, and there's some nice apartments. I took a tour, enjoyed it. So.
Mr. Schlegel.
A couple of things, Your Honor. Wednesday, we have a Missouri Municipal League Central meeting in Columbia, and Senator Rowden will be speaking, and Dr. Shivers will be going with us as well. But we certainly want to talk with him as in regards to making sure that we have legislation regarding SSM. And so I know they've been talking with him, and MU has about promoting that. So we want to continue that push Wednesday night. Additionally, of course, the annual chamber dinner is Friday night, and many of you will be attending that as well. So I think that's what's coming for the week.
Ms. Ridge, you have something else?
Marcy, I was going to ask you, did I make a reservation to go Wednesday night, or can I still to Columbia? Or
I can check for you. And we can
okay, let
definitely-
me know. I think I meant to tell you.
Okay.
I'll go with Ayana, I think.
Okay.
Okay, that leaves it up to me, and I want to say that I was happy. I figured that I would get chewed out to no end about not plowing streets. But everybody told me how good a job we did, even though, and one lady at the grocery store yesterday says, well, they didn't get to my house this Sunday, but that was okay. She said, I know they had a lot to do, so I was...
Yeah, it was kind of lucky it was on. We had the Saturday, because I mean you could dig yourself out, but you still had the street to, But so
it's a good job. At this time, we'll take public comments. If you'd like to make a public comment, would you come to the podium, state your name and address, try to hold your comment for 3 minutes. Seeing none, I need a motion to adjourn.
adjourn.
Second.
Yes.
Miller, Williams, Shivers,
Yes.
Ridge.
Yes.